Hey y'all, welcome to our channel. My name is Tracy and I'm the keeper of the home here at 4D Farms, where we are all about faith, family, home, and farm, and in that order. And we're kind of like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So y'all just come on in, grab a seat, take a look, and have a listen, because you don't want to miss a thing.
Good morning, y'all. Welcome to today's video. Making elderberry syrup. Y'all, I've been doing a lot of research over the past couple of years. More natural ways of getting antimicrobial, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory properties into my body instead of modern medicine. Please let me make some disclaimers. I'm not a medical professional. I don't have a degree in squat. Okay? I'm not an herbalist. I don't have a certificate in natural medicine, academy. This is just conviction on my part, because I believe what the Bible says. God made everything, and the Bible plainly states, and it is good. I'm going to trust in that. That's my beliefs, my convictions, and I try to go natural as much as possible, as much as I can, to help and rely on some more natural things that God so graciously made and created for our benefit, our self-sufficiency, our sustainability, our health. And if you want to go on this journey with me, let's get into this. I have been researching elderberries for a long time and their medicinal benefits. I've been studying echinacea, something at mullein, okay? And a lot of this started back during COVID, okay? I'm just going to be honest. The pandemic scared a lot of us to death. Y'all, I got to be able to see, okay? Okay. The pandemic scared a lot of us to death. Some of us weren't so worried about it. But older people were, okay? And I can understand that. I really can. It happened. We can't go back and change anything. It affected some people in devastating ways. Some people, it was just like having the cold and flu. It didn't bother them. But y'all, everybody was in a panic. Everybody started trying to find ways, doing their own research that helped them. And I started just reading and reading and reading and reading. And I had already known about the benefits of elderberry, echinacea, and a lot of these things before the pandemic even hit. I never just acted upon them. But then that came. And then, y'all, we are like a month and a half, a little over a month into the school year. Some of y'all may not even be started yet. I don't know. And these kids have been fine all summer long. No sniffles, no my belly hurts, no fever, no strep throat, no flu. The minute that my dryer's going off. The minute that these kids go back to school and get all intermingled with all these germs cooped up in a schoolroom, I'll be doggone if strep throat's not going around, flu's going around already. Some cases of COVID have already been reported. A little over a month in the school year. This is ridiculous. So, I'm probably a little late getting this started. If you want to go on this journey and start trying more natural remedies for you and your family to ward off that cold and flu season, preventative measures, or when you just get full-blown hit with it. Y'all hear me? I'm stuffy. I'm stuffy. Yes, it's coming. When you can start feeling something coming on, you will have these remedies on hand. Let me show you something I've already made. I've already done a video on this. You can check it out. I'll try to put it at the end where you can click on that after this video and go watch how I made this. But I also made a reel on this on Instagram, TikTok, both of my Facebooks. Yeah, honey, sorry, it's a little sticky. All this is a packed powerhouse. Antimicrobial, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. I took 4 lemons, peel and all. You can mix lemons and oranges, packed with vitamin C. Slice them up. Pack your jar. Then you can add things. Y'all, I'm sticky. Let me put that down. You can add things like ginger. Let me say something about ginger. If you have a blood clotting disorder or you have a blood clot, be careful with ginger. I do want to say that. Be careful with ginger. I have a blood clot in my leg, and I can be prone to getting more blood clots, okay? So if I use ginger, I have to be, okay? So ginger, garlic, raw garlic. Okay, I used minced garlic in here. What else? You can add some turmeric if you want to, but I already take turmeric as a supplement along with my arthritis medication to help. Okay, so I didn't want to add extra turmeric because I didn't want to get too much turmeric. What else do you put in here? Okay, so you put your lemons and your oranges, pack it. Then add any other antimicrobial substances that you want to put in here. If you don't like garlic, leave it out. If you don't like ginger, leave it out. If you don't like turmeric, leave it out. These are just a packed powerhouse, y'all. All of these work together, okay? If you know anything about garlic, garlic is a natural antibiotic. So is honey. That's your next step. You are going to fill up your jar and cover all these contents with honey. Raw, unfiltered honey, please. I know it's just a little more expensive, but y'all, the benefits, you need to research the benefits of honey, okay? You want to talk about a powerhouse, anti-everything, honey, okay? Then, little splash or 2 of apple cider vinegar. That's another one. Also acts kind of like a preservative, okay? You're going to fill up your jar, put a lid on it, and then you're just going to have to let this sit on the counter for 7 to 14 days. Get it to working. Fermentation is better, okay? And you'll see that it'll keep getting liquidy, okay? Let this sit. After it's fermented, then you can put it in the refrigerator, but you're going to need to strain it first. If you can handle just reaching in here and getting a tablespoon out and you don't mind the chunks of ginger or garlic, go ahead, okay? You can even throw this into something that you're cooking, like Chinese dishes, okay? It's got your ginger, got your honey, got your garlic, okay? But if you want to take this like by the tablespoons, or if you want to put it in a tea, you're going to need to strain this into some kind of jar. Y'all, I save jars. I save jars. Okay? I love fancy jars. If you don't have any of these, a mason jar, jelly jar will work. Okay? I just like saving jars, y'all, because they come in handy. Okay, now, you're going to want to strain it. You can take it by the tablespoonfuls when you start feeling something coming on, or if you're already in the throes of it. You feel that scratchiness coming into your throat. Even allergy season. See, you got to battle allergy season, then cold and flu season. You just might as well make up some of this and have it on hand all year long. Okay? And then, Don't throw this stuff away. If you want to put some in some tea, like some echinacea tea, some chamomile tea, okay, to just help. And that warmth, just soothing the throat and the bronchial tubes and the lungs. You can put it in a tablespoon in your warm tea, okay? If you're going to give this to children, they may not like that garlic and ginger taste. If you're going to give this to children, you might can just do minimal ingredients. But with that honey in there and then it's strained, they're not going to get it. And you can always add just a little more honey to help ward off maybe if there's any kind of tanginess or bitterness, okay? So there's that, all right? Now, keep this in the refrigerator. Do not throw the scraps away in here after you've strained it. Put that back in this jar. Go get some more honey. Start another batch. There's still going to be some stuff left in those scraps. Don't throw them away. Just go get some more honey. Pour on top. Splash of apple cider vinegar. Repeat the same process. Now let's talk about elderberries. Y'all do your research on elderberries. Same thing. It is a packed powerhouse of antimicrobial benefits for cold and flu season. I could sit here all day long and try to spit the benefits out. I can't even say the word. Statistics, okay? I'm not going to bore you with all that. Just Google it. Benefits of elderberries, okay? You will see. I do not have an elderberry tree. I see some things out in the woods that kind of looks like elderberries, but y'all, there's two berries that look the same, and I'm like, if I don't know the difference between them, I'll just go buy some. So our local health food store has dried elderberries, okay? So I bought a pack, and today we're just going to be making a small batch because I needed to research and look at some other trusted tutorials and videos on how to make this. Y'all, I'm sorry. I got that going on and that cough. It's just draining. It's time for me to make this. And it's like the timing is perfect. God's like, okay, you bought them a while ago. You ain't made it yet. So now I'm going to give you a reason to make it. Thank you. So we're going to make some elderberry syrup today. Okay. What we are going to do, elderberries, there's a half a cup in here. You take your elderberries and you are going to do, I got it wrote on my little board over here. 1 part dry elderberries to 2 parts, 2 parts water. So I've got half a cup of berries and I'm going to do 1 cup water. Now this is not going to make a big old batch. It's just going to make a little, but it's going to be enough to get me started. I will make sure I buy a bigger bag of berries next time. Oh, say that fast. Okay, so I'm going to take my half a cup of berries. Let me get my 1 cup water. All right, I've got my 1 cup water, half a cup dried elderberries. They've been dehydrated. Okay, so you are going to let these simmer. Make sure you get all them berries out of there. Don't waste them babies. We are going to let this simmer. Ooh, look at that color already coming out. We're going to let this simmer. We're going to bring this to a boil and let it simmer for 20 to 30 minutes. The more that you let this simmer, the more you're drawing out of the dried berry. And if you start losing a little bit of water due to evaporation, you can always add like 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup to draw out even more juice. You will have some evaporation, okay? So just know this. While that is fixing to come up to a boil, because I'm going to have to stand right here and watch it, let's talk about your preservative and your sweetener. I am going to be making this for me, but I'm also going to be making this for kids. Anybody can take it. So elderberries is kind of tart or bitter. you will need just a little bit of sweetener. And you're going to need a preservative. Even though you've got this boiled, if you want this shelf stable, you're going to need a preservative. And the two best preservatives is either going to be honey or apple cider vinegar. So, to kill two birds with one stone, since this is also going to be for children, I'm going to go with honey instead of apple cider vinegar because they may not like that vinegar taste. So, I'm going to use honey. It's going to last longer. That's going to be my preservative, my sweetener, and also, y'all, the benefits of honey. So, they're going to get a double whammy. The same way that you're going to take this elderberry syrup is just like the other. You can take it by the tablespoonfuls. You can drizzle it, melt it in a tea, and drink it that way. Chamomile tea, echinacea tea. Okay? So, you've got another good cold and flu remedy for the cold and flu season. So, we are going to let this come up to a boil. Then I'm going to let this simmer. As it's simmering, I'm going to let it boil first. Come up to a boil. As it's simmering, about 5 to 10 minutes into the simmering, I'm going to take my potato masher and I'm going to gently mash and break open the berries and to make sure I extract all of the juice and properties that I can. So that's going to be my next step. And then when I get to the next one, I'll show you what we're going to do, okay? While this is simmering, it's halfway through. I've already mashed the berries. Let me come in and say something else. There are some other things that you can put in your elderberry syrup that people do, and I will go ahead and tell you those. But I am choosing to leave them out because children are possibly going to be taking this too, and some of these extra ingredients they don't really like. So I'm not going to mess this up, especially if kids are going to be taking this. You can add cinnamon sticks, because the benefits of cinnamon, look it up. Cloves. Y'all, there is one more. Ginger. But like I said, be careful with ginger, okay? You can add 2 cinnamon sticks or 1 if you got a small batch. A little bit of ginger, grated ginger, freshly grated. A little bit of ginger in it, but I'm not putting the ginger in this because I've already got a little bit of ginger in there. So if I wind up combining the 2 of these, I don't want too much ginger in my system. And then cloves. Look up the benefits of all 3 of those, okay? There is some more that you can add to it if you want to. But like I said, I'm leaving it out because children are possibly going to be taking this. And my granddaughters will not like the taste of ginger. Mostly kids don't, so I'm not putting it in there. But that is 3 other options that you can put in your elderberry syrup. I'm going to continue letting this simmer, and we'll be right back. All right, y'all. This has simmered. I let it go for 30 minutes. And I think I might have told y'all that I did have to add like just a half a cup of water because it was evaporating and I needed to add just a little bit more and draw out some more of that juice out of the berry. So what you're going to do is you are going to take your juice and you are going to pour it in a strainer and you're going to strain this off. Let me get me a little spatula because I don't want to waste any of that. Okay, I got me a little spatula. I'm going to gather every single little bit of berry and juice that I can. If you know anything about jelly making, you're going to know that this is sticky. You want every little bit that you can. Now, y'all, like I said, I have not... This is the first time I've made elderberry syrup. You're going to continue to mash the juice out of these berries. You want every last little bit out. I might get into finding an elderberry bush somewhere and growing my own. Then I will have to learn how to use fresh berries, the right time to harvest them, to make my own elderberry syrup. I am even fixing to research tinctures and try to start making my own. I can grow some echinacea. I can grow mullein. You know, get a source for elderberries. I'm going to make sure I mash the rest of the juice out of these berries. Then we want to let it cool. Then I'm going to sit here and let this cool to just warmish. I do not want to put honey in there while it's hot, because you don't want to kill the properties in the honey by warming this up, okay? So I'm going to add the honey after it has cooled off. That's sticky, just a little bit, okay? And the way that you're going to do the honey, I got it wrote down again on my whiteboard over there, is you're going to use the equal amount of honey to the equal amount of syrup that your finished product. After you've mashed and it's cooked down and you've added even a little bit more, how much ever juice you wind up with, which looks like it's going to be 1 cup, I'm going to use 1 cup honey. If you don't want to use that much, you can use a 1/2 cup. Depending on, you might want to do a taste test, okay? But do not put your honey in there right when it's hot, okay? Is there anything else I need to tell y'all? Okay, so we've got the equal portions. Now your portions, just remember, no matter what amount you're making, if you're going to make a bigger batch, it's going to be 1 part dry berries to 2 parts of your water. Your finished product, your finished amount of syrup will be equal amount honey. Okay? Let's see. I'm trying to read my own writing now. I can't read my writing. Okay, I think I've talked about everything I put down on my whiteboard, because I'm like, okay, I got to get this right. For me, because I'm the one going to be using it for myself and for kids. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Be careful using honey with babies 12 months and under. Okay? You might want to go with something else with babies, okay? But this is safe for babies and children past 12 months of age, okay? Any other disclaimer? This will be put in the refrigerator. Y'all, I would not worry about making a great big batch, like 4 cups worth, unless you've got a large family and everybody in the house is sick and you know you're going to be consuming it within 12 weeks. Let's say you make up a big batch and then nobody's sick for a while. I mean, this is going to be good for up to 12 weeks in the refrigerator. If you make a big old batch and it's not being used in 12 weeks, the properties can start depleting and then it's not going to be good. So I would say no longer than this took us, small batches at a time. So where that way, okay, everybody's sick. This is going to go and it's not going to ruin. Okay. So all I've got left to do is add my honey when this is done. I'm still mashing and draining. I'm going to add my honey when I'm done. Now, y'all, I could probably put these berries back in this pot, back on the stove, and possibly draw out just a little bit more, and I may do that. We can see, okay? Or I may just let the little birdies have this because they love berries, y'all. So I'm going to see what else I can get out of here. And then the next step will be adding my honey and letting this cool just a little bit and then jarring it up, okay? Here we are, y'all. My syrup cooled. I got my honey in there, stirred it up really good, bottled it up. I got to peel the label off this one, y'all, but I'm fixing to label this one elderberry syrup. There you go. I think I wound up with almost 2 cups, y'all. And you just take this. You can take this by the tablespoonfuls. This is fixing to go in the refrigerator. I'm fixing to take some now. Start taking it to get rid of some of this congestion and this crud. Okay. And then this is fixing to go in the refrigerator. This still has some more fermenting days left, and I'll have a good little medicine cabinet in my refrigerator to try to start out with. Now, I do want to say something about natural remedies. Y'all, it may take a little longer for natural remedies to work. It's not going to be like going and getting that cocktail shot and those antibiotics at the, pharmacy. Natural remedies, it does take a little bit longer, but y'all, considering they don't cause a lot of extra side effects. Okay, I'm just going to stop there. So, I got elderberry syrup on hand, and I've got another herbal remedy on hand to get stocked up for the cold and flu season. And phew, y'all, these kids already getting sick in school. You can start them on this. Just a note to remember that if you're getting this prepared, especially this, since it takes a fermenting process, you might want to do this, plan it ahead before your cold and flu season hits to make sure you have it on hand. And then the elderberry, you can have it on hand, but I wouldn't make a big batch, because if somebody's not sick at that moment, you don't want it to start going bad. So this you could probably make when you start feeling something coming on, and you'll be safer that this won't ruin. But since this one will be fermenting and put in the refrigerator, it lasts in the refrigerator for a long time. Y'all, do your research. Let's be more conscious of maybe using the things that the good Lord gave us. I know there are some incidences like me. With one of my medications, I do have to rely on this medication, but I also try to go as much as natural as possible. We get a lot of supplements where I am an affiliate with a supplement company. I'll even link it down below if you're interested. We get turmeric, we get black cohosh. This menopause is no joke, y'all. Some of our other supplements, magnesium, biotin, folic acid. My husband, vitamin E, cinnamon. He takes Ceylon cinnamon to help control his blood sugar. So yes, so we kind of lean more towards supplements to help anything natural. So I am an affiliate with a company. I'll put that in the link in the description box below if you're interested. So yes, let's just get back to maybe start using some more natural things that we have already in nature's pharmacy. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you give this a try. Let me know how it works out for you. I'm fixing to go take a swig of this right now, a tablespoon of this, and see if it'll help. Okay, because this is the first time I've ever made it. I've never even taken it. So we're going to learn today. Okay, and I'll have it on hand if I need it. All right, so we will see y'all in the next video.